Deferred tax, asset and liability. In last lecture, few basic points were covered. First is accounting and taxable profit. Accounting profit is outcome of accounting P&L account, which is prepared as per the rules prescribed in company's law, and taxable profit is outcome of profit and loss account, which is prepared as per the income tax department rules. So there can be difference between accounting and taxable profit due to certain accounting items. Next is how tax amount is calculated. It is as per the given percentage by income tax authorities after adjusting for various incomes and expenses as per the income tax department rules. So tax amount is paid on the basis of the demand of income tax authorities and not as per the profit shown by our accountant. These are various reasons for difference in accounting and taxation profit. So due to adjustments in the these given points as well as few other items also, the profit shown by accountant and profit on which the tax is payable as per income tax department rules can be different. Then concept was deferred tax liability. Meaning is it is amount of tax not demanded by income tax authorities in current year, but it is payable in future. And it arises when tax as per accounting rules is higher than tax as per IT rules. So simply, when income tax department has demand uh, demand of such amount which is less than tax as per our profit and loss account, they are not demanding higher amount as compared to the tax shown by our accountant. So up to this slide we have already covered. Let's see example. Okay, this was our example. Uh, Fixed asset cost 80,000, pollution control equipment, life 4 years. So depreciation should be 80,000 divided by 4, 20,000. After deducting depreciation as per accounting rules, our profit before tax 1,80,000 constant, and tax at 50%, assumed at 50%, is 90,000 per annum. It is only for the purpose of example. So gross profit will not remain same, but for the purpose of example, I have considered GP at same level. So tax as per accounting will be 90,000, but as per income tax rules, if it is pollution control equipment, then income tax authorities may allow 100% depreciation in first year. So cost is 80,000 and full amount is depreciable in first year itself. So 2 lakh less 80,000, profit before tax comes to 1,20,000, and on this they will demand 50% tax. So here tax amount as per income tax rules is 60,000. So actual amount of tax payment is 60,000 as per income tax rules, and as per accounting rules it is 90,000. So in this case we have to pay only 60,000 but we are ready to pay rupees 90,000. So there is difference of rupees 30,000 which is not payable in current year. So this 30,000 difference is called as temporary difference. It is temporary because this tax is not payable in current year, but it is payable in future as per the demand of income tax authorities. So let's see in future how this 30,000 is demanded. As I already said, our tax as per accounting will be 90,000 throughout the years, 4 years. But in second year, third year, and fourth year, as per income tax department rules, our profit will be 2 lakh and we cannot depreciate the same asset again once it is fully depreciated by rupees 80,000. So in second year, third year, and fourth year, depreciation will be nil and our profit before tax will be 2 lakh, on which we have to pay 50% tax, that is 1 lakh for 3 years. Now income tax department will say you have to pay tax of rupees 1 lakh. Now after payment of tax of rupees 1 lakh, let's calculate the additional amount paid, which is not shown by our accountant. Their demand is 1 lakh and our expectation was 90,000. So in second year, we have paid rupees 10,000 as extra tax. Same way in third year, their demand is again 1 lakh and our expectation is 90,000. So here again, extra amount paid is 10,000. And in fourth year, demand is 1 lakh and our expectation is 90,000. So extra 10,000 should be paid. So in first year, our saving or temporary saving was 30,000, which is adjusted in second, third, and fourth year. So now total tax amount paid is same as per accounting and taxation. But the problem is the tax amount differs if we compare year one of accounting with year one in taxation. So this difference rupees 30,000, which was outcome of some accounting and taxation adjustments, is considered as deferred tax liability. So this deferred tax liability is the tax amount payable in future for some current year item. म्हणजे 30,000 ही आपली लायबिलिटी या वर्षी आपण त्याच्या टॅक्स वाचवलाय असं वाटतं, पण तो पुढच्या काही वर्षात आपल्याला टप्प्याटप्प्याने किंवा एकदम भरावा लागतो. या पॉइंट पर्यंत लास्ट म्हणजे परवाच्या दिवशीच्या लेक्चरला कंप्लीट झालं होतं. आता याच्या पुढचा पॉइंट आहे डिफर्ड टॅक्स ऍसेट. Deferred tax asset, it is amount of tax paid in this year, but it is to be adjusted in next year. It is similar to prepaid expense. So it is totally opposite to deferred tax liability. Deferred tax asset is outcome of the tax paid in current year, but it will be adjusted in subsequent years because income tax authorities will not demand this extra amount paid in next year. They will demand higher amount in current year only, but not in subsequent years. Deferred tax asset is adjusted in future against future tax amount payable. So once the tax is already paid on certain amount, income tax authorities will not demand the tax on same item again in next year. It arises when tax as per accounting rules is less than tax as per IT rules, or in other words, tax as per IT rules is higher than tax as per accounting rules. So when income tax department will demand higher tax, it may result in deferred tax asset. Now, before coming to carrying cost and tax base, let's see one more example. Second example is interest on bank loan outstanding rupees 60,000. This interest on bank loan outstanding rupees 60,000. As per accounting rules or calculation made by our accountant, if this interest is outstanding for the year ended, it should be debited to profit and loss account, even if it is not paid in current year. So right from the beginning, from 11th standard, we follow one rule: any expense which is due but not paid in current year should be debited to profit and loss account, and it is normally considered as outstanding expense. So here interest on bank loan is outstanding expense because it is due, but it is not paid by our business. So obviously our profit and loss account is prepared for the year ended. So all the expenses which are due in current year will be debited to profit and loss account. So our accountant should debit this outstanding interest to profit and loss account, and as it is outstanding, it will be transferred to liability side, second effect. So we are not concerned with liability side now, we are just concerned with profit adjustment. So again, as per our example, our NPBIT or profit is 2 lakh in year 1 as well as in year 2. Interest chargeable is 60,000. Though it is outstanding, it is considered as expense. So interest is 60,000 and profit before tax is 1,40,000. 2 lakh minus 60. If tax is 50%, we have to pay 70,000 as tax. So here tax as per accounting is 70,000. Same way in second year, amount will be same. NPBIT 2 lakh, interest is again 60,000, profit 140 and tax 70. So if we consider as per accounting, our tax payable is 70,000 in first year as well as second year. Clear? Okay, then let's see taxation rules. As per IT rules, the expenses unpaid should not be considered as expense. Only payment should be considered. So if we are saying that this interest is payable, but it is not yet paid up to 31st March, then income tax department will not allow this interest as expense because it is not paid. There is no guarantee that whether we will pay this interest in future or not. So IT department will not allow this interest as expense because it is unpaid. So in year 1, our profit is 2 lakh. Interest which is allowed in accounting P&L account is disallowed here. Reason I already mentioned, it is not paid. So if this interest is disallowed, our profit before tax will be 2 lakh. And we have to pay 50% tax on 2 lakh. So tax amount will be 1 lakh. So let's compare tax as per accounting and tax as per income tax demand. Income tax will demand rupees 1 lakh and our accountant will say tax payable is 70,000. This difference is 30,000. Now this difference is 30,000 will be temporary difference because we can adjust this in future, next year or after second year. So in first year, tax demand is 1 lakh and our expectation was 70,000. Still, we will pay rupees 1 lakh. Now in second year, our expectation is 70,000. And let's see how this calculation will be made. In second year, GP is 2 lakh. Now interest is 1,20,000, assuming that we have paid interest for both years in second year. So for year 1, interest was 60,000, and for year 2, interest was 60,000. We have paid total interest of 1,20,000, year 1 and year 2. So now again, income tax department rule is that interest should be deducted on the basis of amount paid. So our total interest paid is 1,20,000. They will not consider that the 60,000 was due for last year. They will just say your total payment is 120, so you are allowed to take deduction of 120. So from our profit of 2 lakh, interest 1,20,000 is deducted. The profit before tax is 80,000, and now they will demand tax at 50%, rupees 40,000 only. Now just check, they will demand 40,000 and our expectation is 70,000. In first year, their demand was higher by rupees 30,000, and in second year, their demand is lower by 30,000. So automatically, the tax amount which was paid in first year is adjusted in second year. So there is no extra payment, no short payment. Just the problem is that it was time difference. So temporary difference of rupees 30,000, it is adjusted in year 2. So this extra payment in year 1 is our deferred tax asset. Income tax department has already collected rupees 30,000 tax. So in second year, they have demanded income tax less by rupees 30,000. So in this situation, rupees 30,000 will be considered as deferred tax asset. Now again, see what is meaning given. Deferred tax asset is tax paid in this year, but it is to be adjusted in next year. Now as per our example, it is clear that rupees 30,000 was tax paid in first year and it was adjusted in second year, and the rule given is tax as per IT rules is higher than tax as per accounting rules. In this situation, the difference will be considered as deferred tax asset. Now next concept is carrying cost versus tax base. Carrying cost is value shown as per accounting principles. Now this is not a standard definition, just for the understanding purpose. Carrying cost is value which is shown as per the accounting principles followed by the business. So internal accounting or internal accountant will show certain amount as asset or liability that will be considered as carrying cost, and tax base is the value shown as per taxation rules. So if we prepare a separate balance sheet using the income tax department rules, then any item shown in that balance sheet, income tax department wise balance sheet, it will be considered as tax base. So this difference arises due to difference in carrying cost and tax base. So just for the purpose of understanding, carrying cost is as per accounting and tax base is as per income tax rules. And it is given tax payable as per accounting rules is calculated on carrying cost because it is our amount, and tax payable as per IT rules is calculated as per IT rules. Now again, I am stating that this is not a standard definition. Actual definition is different, but to avoid complication, I have given it in simple words. It consists of some other items also. Next one is permanent versus temporary difference. From these two words, already we have seen one example on temporary difference. So deferred tax asset and liability is outcome of temporary difference only. That means some amount of tax which can be adjusted in future 2 or 3 years is difference, but it is temporary. It can be settled in short span. But in some items, if there is permanent difference, it does not result into deferred tax asset or liability. So permanent difference is tax amount which is not refundable or not payable in future. So anytime this permanent difference will not result into deferred tax asset or liability. So last sentence here given is permanent difference does not create deferred tax asset or liability. So that means it is outcome of temporary difference only. For short term only, this deferred tax asset or liability will be shown in the balance sheet, and afterwards it will be adjusted or set off. Now this temporary difference is explained here. Temporary difference is of two types. One is taxable temporary difference and second is deductible temporary difference. Just remember these two words, taxable and deductible. Taxable refers to certain amount on which we are supposed to pay tax in future. So the word taxable refers to this difference amount is taxable in future. So automatically it will result in extra tax payable in future and it will create a deferred tax liability. So when this temporary difference is taxable temporary difference, it will result into deferred tax liability. And second one is deductible temporary difference. So this word deductible refers to any tax which is paid in current year and it will be adjusted in further years is considered as deductible temporary difference. As per our example, deferred tax asset example, which which is related to interest on loan, as I was shown, that example is deductible temporary difference. So it will reduce the tax payable in future. And it will result into deferred tax asset. You need to compare this red side with fixed asset example given and this green side with interest payable example. And last slide is calculation of temporary difference. Afterwards, you have to write this format for calculation purpose. Assets, carrying value. I already stated what is meaning of carrying value. Less future tax amount, future taxable amount, and add future deductible amount. Now, in most of the cases, you will find either taxable amount or deductible amount. There will not be both amounts at a time, always. Sometimes you will have to consider these both amounts. So carrying value less taxable amount and add deductible amount will give tax base. And for liabilities, carrying value less deductible amount and add taxable amount. The format is perfectly opposite for asset and liability. Here, future taxable amount is deducted and here future taxable amount is added. And here future deductible amount is added. Here deductible amount is deducted. So using this, we have to solve examples. And here, if carrying value so when carrying value is greater than tax base, it will result into deferred tax liability. Carrying value is as per accounting rules, tax base is as per income tax rules. So these four rules are given which are perfectly opposite to each other. Uh, Cost of machine is 1000. For taxation purpose, depreciation of 300 has been already deducted. And last line is for accounting purposes, the machine has to be depreciated by rupees 200. Calculate temporary difference. So important information is cost of machine 1000 on which depreciation as per tax rules is 300 and as per accounting rules it is 200. First is carrying cost. Carrying cost is obviously as per accounting. So it will be 800 because cost 1000 and depreciation as per accounting is 200. So it will be 800 carrying cost. Then future taxable amount. In future, we will pay tax on rupees 800 because it is carrying cost from this year onwards. But future deductible amount is 700 because as per income tax department rules, depreciation is 300. So deductible amount is based on the deduction allowed by income tax department. They are allowing deduction of rupees 300 towards depreciation. So in future, they will calculate tax on 700 only. So again, carrying cost is 800. Future taxable amount is 800 on which we will pay tax in future, and future deductible amount as per income tax rules is 700. So here tax base standard format is 1 minus 2 plus 3. So 1 is rupees 800 minus 2 is again rupees 800 and plus 3 is rupees 700. So 800 minus 800 is equal to 0 and plus 700. So tax base is 700. Now compare carrying cost with tax base as it was given in example. We have to compare carrying value with tax base. This taxable and deductible amount is not part of our calculation. We have to compare carrying value with tax base. So taxable temporary difference is 100, that is carrying value 800 minus tax base 700. 800 minus 700 is equal to 100, which is taxable temporary difference.